Welcome to the Bridging Insider, where we're going to see how we use physics to help with your pain and your movement challenges. And today our guest is Lisa, and she's hoping that we can help her with
my left knee.
She's got a history of things that have happened to that left knee, so we're going to see if we can find a few new ways to help it feel better and work better. I'm Cara Lindell, and I'm the founder of the Bridging Institute and the Bridging Technique. And again, it's based on the physics of the body and based on my unique background as a systems engineer and a movement specialist. So we're going to put all that together and see how we can help Lisa today. So I'm going to have you step forward just a couple of inches, and we're going to see how you're moving while you're standing up. And because it's the left knee, it'll be interesting to see if there's something that's a little stuck one way or another, or a little too much. But I'm looking for symmetry, so we're going to go a little to one side and a little to the other. Okay, so a little different, not as easy to go to the left. And then we're going to turn and turn the other way. And those are pretty similar, although you're pretty athletic, so I'd like those to be just a little more fluent. And then we're going to come forward and back. And this seems pretty good, but I can tell the left is just not quite as smooth as the right. So I'm going to let you sit down. I'm going to go behind you. And I'm going to check the same things, but without you on your feet. So we'll see if it really is just your knee. So side to side. Okay, there's something that's a little different between hips. And turning and forward and back. Okay, those are great. You get to lay down now. And we're going to just give each leg a lift and see if they feel like they weigh the same. And that is pretty good. I actually like the way that the knee lifts, so that part's good. We're going to see if it wiggles. It doesn't connect to your hip. And that one is a little bit more movement. Can you feel that?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we're going to see if you move here. And this side's just a little stiffer than this. So whatever's going on here is having an effect here. But one of the things you told me that may be coming into play is many years ago, when you had surgery here from the torn ACL, is that there was a cast that was part of the care afterwards to stabilize, immobilize. So there may be some things, even though that was so many years ago, that may still be coming into play. I'm just going to give arms a quick wiggle. Make sure that we have nothing going on there. And then this one. And excellent. And we're going to see how they connect in. A little tight, but that's not bothering you right now, so we're gonna, and that one there. Okay, I'm gonna grab an arm and a leg. Let's see how core is working together with everything. And I'm gonna roll you toward me. Perfect. And this side is gonna be interesting to see if your core connects to leg and arm. It does. Okay, so I like what's going on in core. Let's see about shoulders real quick. I'm just going to love it. I always like to know if your head's connected pretty nicely. Very good. A little stiff on the going back, but it's okay. I'd love you to flip over on your stomach. A couple other things to check with knees is, I call it running legs or swimming legs. So this is the right. This is not the one we're concerned about. And it a little stiff going into what we call frog legs. But the left, so it bends pretty well. Where do you get pain? Is it on the back side or the outside, inside?
The back side and the inside. So right now, yeah.
Okay, so on the all right. So let's see if you can go into that frog leg. No, not without helping me. Yeah. So there's some coordination between the hip and the knee on how they turn. Believe it or not, you should be able to get a little bit of turning to transition at the knee. So let's see how that's affecting your hip. That's very nice. And then a quick thing with shoulders. A little tight and a little tight, but they match. So that's not going to be a concern for us today. Flip back on your back. Perfect. Okay.
So even when you grab here, that's
Yeah.
very sort of the
Very,
touch.
it's very tender. Okay, good to know. So I'm going to grab, we like to use little fun peanut balls to support. Might be a little cold. I'm just going to support the one. And what we want to do is get basically all the muscles from the top and the bottom so that they talk to each other. And what's more importantly, so they can transition. Around the knee, there's connections that go from top to bottom, from on the front and the back. There's connections that cross from front to back diagonally and then crisscross across the back. So a lot of different ways that muscles connect, but that's also why they're fragile. So let's see what we can do here. So just doing some little wiggles to help reorganize that, and then hold, so it's a little bit of a stretch, which allows the muscles to reconfigure. And there. We're going to see how it hooks up with your ankle and your foot, because it seems a little stiff on the lower side. Interesting. I'm going to move this down a little bit, and what your foot's doing. And it's actually different. Going in, it feels like it's not really supported, and going out, it feels like it's a little stiff. So we're going to hold. I'm going to use a different one of our little peanut balls. I want one that's softer, so we're going to go with this one. And just kind of give some support on the top side and the bottom side. And your ankle starts moving a whole lot better. So what people don't realize often is the muscles that and the tendons that hold the kneecap in place need to coordinate with the muscles at the ankle so that you can bend and spring, that it all works together. There. And when we use the surface from our peanuts, what it does is lets the muscles relax because they have a little support. So what's your sport that you play with with the knee stuff?
Mainly tennis, but a little bit of pickleball now, and golf.
Okay. Oh, and golf. So how has the knee pain impacted you with playing?
I play a lot less.
Okay. Do you end up having to ice it, or?
Yeah, I do an ice bath.
Okay.
And I've actually started taking a leave because it's been so painful. It wakes me up at night.
Oh, that's not nice. Okay, let's see.
So when you grab it, both your thumb and your other side both hit points that are very tender.
Oh, all right. Good to know. So I'm going to hold with this. Is that better? Or is it still bothersome?
It's not great, but
okay.
I mean, it's all tolerable, but I just figured you'd want it.
Yeah, I do. Okay. So and this surgery has been how many years ago?
It was in 1985. A lot of math.
Yeah, so 35 years ago. And why would that still be bothering her? Because not only did she tear the ACL, she had compensations before the surgery, and maybe not that much, but definitely afterward with having a cast and braces and therapy before it was healed. And how, at that point in time, how many weeks or months was it before you could get back to being active?
I was on crutches for 3 months.
Wow.
For a full summer.
Oh. Seems like everyone I've met with knee things has been always in the summer, so they missed having all their fun in the summer.
Yeah. I was trying to get back to a tennis team for college. So.
Did you make it?
I did. I rehabbed I was able to make the spring season.
Oh, good.
So at the time it was unusual to be able to rehab in 6 months. Now I think it goes much quicker.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to move this out just a little bit more, and we're going to see from underneath. Is that okay?
Yeah.
So This I'm checking, how does the back and the front connect together? So when they bounce easily, then the muscles are able to transition really fluently, and it's not bad, but it's not great. And for you playing tennis, we went great.
Right.
There we go. So you should just feel it loosen up a little bit. The pain, because it's been going on for a while and there's a little swelling, that's generally going to take a couple, 2-3 days to clear up.
Okay.
There. Is that okay?
Yeah.
And it's moving very nicely. All right, the piece that we haven't gotten to yet is how it turns and transitions with your hip. So I'm going to have you roll on your side and...
So my right side.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm going to actually give this to you as a little temporary pillow.
Okay.
And I'm going to use this different ball to put underneath your knee so that we can look at from the side. Is that supported in an okay place?
Yes.
Okay. So if we can look at how when the thigh is turning, what's going on at the knee and how does that connect to the lower leg? So does not feel like it transitions very easily, but your hip moves, which is nice. And we're just supporting and going back and forth, kind of almost like giving it a timeout and letting it practice just this movement, which you can't really do on your own. So I'm giving it a little help. Muscles can learn all kinds of things if you just break it down simple enough and give them a little help. So it's kind of like if we learn to do anything else. Do you teach tennis too?
I do.
So think about how you teach. You probably break it down, pull somebody out, let them practice on one little thing that they need help with. And I'm going to do similar to what we did when you were on your back, just kind of connecting from inside to outside. There. That's going to fall, and it's okay. Whoop. There. It's turning. You weren't able to sit crisscross very easily before, or were you?
No.
Yeah. You're not quite there yet, so yoga is not quite your thing.
Definitely.
Okay, but as we go back and forth, you're getting more hip movement. And it's a specific part of the hip movement. It's the turning out to go wide. So, there. And now you're getting some circles.
I feel that in my low back.
All right, so I'm going to let you come here. And so the thing that, knowing that low back is a little sensitive, when the cast would have kept her whole leg immobilized, it would have put some strain on the low back, and that may not have gotten back to normal. But we're going to give low back a little support and make sure that it moves. Very nice. Excellent. Okay. What I do want you to do just for a minute is roll onto your other side, because I want to make sure that your other leg doesn't feel left out. And we want to make sure that your back moves just very nicely too. So let's see how the hip moves in the back. Very nice. And then we're going to support knee, crack, and up and down. Gosh, this one moves so easily. There. So often we'll find post-surgery, depending on knees or hips, that as it heals, all the parts are there. They just really can't figure out very discrete parts of transitions. So just taking them through that helps them remember and practice, because sometimes there's new arrangements of the parts too. So go back on your back, and we are going to check this down. Let's see. Okay, so now leg is turning, and this one is too, and they're fairly similar to each other. Is this a sensitive when I'm...
Yeah.
Okay, so hopefully that sensitivity will come down in the next couple of days. So I want to see, do we turn easily? Yes. I want to make sure the other side is still good. Oh gosh, your leg feels lighter.
Yeah.
Go on your stomach because I want to make sure that the knee transitions and how they link up to the hip, that they're nice. Okay, so the right was good before, and it feels easier to move between that. The left is easier to lift. Can you tell the difference with that?
Yeah.
Okay, let's see if we can get it to turn. Without you helping, it did. All right. And let's see if this is equal. Yes. So that should take care of some of the lower back pain.
Okay.
So come and sit up. And we're just going to see if you're moving more equally. Oh, yeah. So before you moved more to the right than the left, but that feels very centered. And then turning. Excellent. And then we're going to have you stand back up. Come on back up.
Yeah, my back doesn't feel as pulling. You know, it's not pulling as much on my back.
Oh, yay.
Yeah.
That's always great to hear. Okay, so let's see how you're moving from side. Oh, my gosh. Okay, that is really smooth. And that's what I want for the athletes. Okay, and then for the turns, look how you just sprung back. So that energy, you just like wind up and then let it go, which is what you want playing tennis, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Yay.
Thank you.
Okay, so we'll hopefully within a few days, the swelling will continue to go down and it'll be less sensitive and hopefully not bother you at night.
Oh, excellent.
And love to have you come back and we'll
Definitely.
check in and see what else there is to help with.
Absolutely. No, this is great.
And any other questions?
No, I can move.
Okay.
Yay.
Yay.
I didn't believe it.
For those of you at home, what you see looks pretty simple, but there's actually more to the problem-solving process and then knowing what to work on and how to match everything up. So in the notes, you'll be able to find information for our class to learn. And if you've had a knee issue in the past that you want to see if we can help with, you can also look at our website and give us a call. We're located in Northbrook, Illinois, and we can see you in the office or sometimes help virtually. So thank you. And be sure to give us a like and subscribe so that you can get more interesting episodes like this.